again, is something where I wanted to give back to the sport of bodybuilding, health, and fitness.
Without further ado, I'd like to introduce a gentleman who's the main reason why we're all here today. He is a IFBB judge. He's also an IFBB Hall of Famer, president and CEO of the first Arnold Classic winner. Everybody give a big round of applause for Rich Gaspari.
Really happy to be here in Tennessee. I have to tell you, looking at the gym, and just as Joe has said, I'm out in New Jersey, and this is a beautiful facility for what you guys offer over here, and for the price, that's even more amazing. What I'm going to talk about here is, what is the Dragon's Den? Why are you people here for the Dragon's Den? Well, the Dragon's Den is something where I wanted to give back to the sport of bodybuilding, health, and fitness, which has been really good to me as a professional bodybuilder, and later in years as an owner of a supplement company. I have to tell you, it's been my lifestyle for the past 25 years, and it's been really good to me, and hopefully for what we're going to offer you here, and just giving you knowledge with some of the great athletes we have here, it's going to teach you a little bit about, just to make yourself better. What I do is, the first thing I do is, I want to start here and talk to you guys, not only about what health and fitness does to you, but what about motivation. And one of the things that have made me successful, and what's near and dear to my heart, is persistence, positive influences that have been in my life. Now, what's persistence about? Well, let me tell you, I've been persistent all my life. There was always something I had to grab and claw to get to the top, and whatever I did, it didn't come easy. And when I started in bodybuilding, the first competition I started, I was 16 years old. I started training when I was 15 to go into that first competition, which I felt I was going to win. The name of the show was the Physique of New Jersey. Went to train for that show for a full year, got ready for that show, went into that show and got 12th place. I was 169 pounds, my first competition. So, persistence again, I said, you know what? I got to win that show. I'm not going to go on any other shows until I win the Physique of New Jersey. So, trained a whole full year again. Got ready, put on some more muscle mass. This time, I was 179, so I gained a full 10 pounds. Going to that show, into the teenage division, got 4th place in my class, which is still good from 12th to 4th, and it wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to be persistent, so again, started training, got myself ready to enter that show. Now, going into being 18 years old, getting ready for that show, Physique, New Jersey. Well, this time I entered that show. I was 186, entered the show, won my class, won the overall. They coaxed me to go into the men's division, which I won both my class and the overall in the men's division as well. And from that point, winning that as a teenager, I went on to win many other titles, with persistence, being one of the youngest Mr. Universes and national champions in bodybuilding. Going now into the future with my supplement company. And persistence, again, is something that if you want to strive for something, you have to persist and just go forward. And let me tell you something, people that see me with a supplement company, I'm one of the top supplement companies in the industry. It didn't come overnight. Let me tell you something, I started this company after retiring from bodybuilding and being a personal trainer. I wanted to make the best products in the industry. And what did that mean is, first of all, people told me, you're never going to be able to do it. Because you're going against big companies like EAS and Metrics that do a ton of advertising. I went to manufacturers and I said, listen, I'm Rich Gaspari, I want to start a supplement company, I want to make this company, I want to have the best products in the industry. And most of the manufacturers go, what's your advertising budget? How much are you going to spend? I said, I don't have any money to spend on advertising. I just know that if I make the best products, eventually people are going to use those products, and that's going to grow. And most of the manufacturers told me, you need to give up. If you don't have an advertising budget, you're not going to be able to do it. So what did I do? I was persistent. I went to every event, knocked on doors, went to health food stores, but every bodybuilding contest, locally, and even shows like the Arnold when I first started, with a little booth, and there they saw Rich Gaspari in this little booth, and they said, wow, look at Rich Gaspari. He's there just sitting there with his little supplement company, poor guy. But I was persistent. I said that, you know what? If I can get the word out that I offer the best products in the industry and people use those products, my philosophy, the most important sale is that second sale. Once a person uses my product, they're going to continually using that product over and over, tell their friends, and slowly grow. Fast forward to now, being persistent, we're now one of the top companies in sports nutrition. I gotta tell you, we do a lot of advertising, but not as much as our competition, because our products basically sell themselves. So that's really important. Positive influences. You know, in your life, you know, you could be persistent, but if you have negative influences in your life, you're not going to be able to go forward and be successful. And some of the positive influences in my life, I have to be fortunate, is, you know, I had my older brother and my father, who, when I started bodybuilding, my brother was there saying to me, "You're going to be a champion, you're going to be a champion." And he was there even when I was coming in 12th place, right up to winning the nationals. My brother was one of my biggest fans that supported me right up to being, you know, a pro. Going into, when I was 19 years old, I moved out to California. And who did I meet? It was Lee Haney. Lee Haney, 8-time Mr. Olympia. He watched me train in the gym, and he came up to me and said, "Rich, you know, I want to train with you. You train really hard." This is before he won Mr. Olympia. He goes, "I'd like to have you as my training partner." For me, it was like a dream come true. I was this amateur trying to win the Nationals and the Mr. Universe. Now, he was a big positive influence in my life because he was the guy positive in winning, to want to win the Mr. Olympia, and this guy taught me a lot in the training that I learned from this guy. I was a big power lifter, really strong. This guy taught me a lot of his secrets, which later on he regretted because I was right there on his tail coming in 2nd place in the Mr. Olympia. But the positive influence he had on me was great, where that year I won the Nationals. At that time, you had to win the Nationals and you had to win Mr. Universe to turn pro. Well, I did both of those shows and I won them, and Lee Haney won his first Mr. Olympia. So that was the positive influences that gave me in bodybuilding. Later on, in the supplement industry, when I first started my company, you know, a couple years into my company, I met my wife, who basically, you know, saw me as this ex-professional bodybuilder who thought my company was going to be much bigger. You know, I was running this out of 1 bedroom in my house. My garage was basically my warehouse. And she goes, "You should be much bigger than you are." I mean, her positive influence, because she was basically in sales, said we could sell this product, we could get this company much bigger, you know, because you have a philosophy in making the best products. So she was the salesman out there pushing the products. And lo and behold, this year, which I'm very proud, is that we won Company of the Year with GNC, which is a big accomplishment. Basically, it's being known or acknowledged as the best company in sports nutrition. So having that positive influence helped me get my company to strive to be better and better. So that's what I wanted to get into talking to people about, is basically, if you're persistent, you can achieve anything, and have that positive influence in your life will also succeed. Now, we're going to get into the Dragon's Den. First thing I want to do is want to introduce my athletes over here. We have Mark Albisi, national competitor, NPC. He came 4th place in the USA's. He came 2nd in the Nationals. He's getting ready for either the USA's or the Nationals. He wants to win the USA's to turn pro, and this guy's going to do it. We have Flex Lewis from over here at the Franklin Athletic Center, champion bodybuilder. I saw the potential in this kid when he won the United Kingdom Championships. He went from the United Kingdom Championships turning pro. I guess he was still amateur at the time, right? Still amateur, but I saw the guy had potential, just like I said Mark had the potential. Sponsored him. Later on, he competed, won the UK Championships. Last year, coming 2nd in his first pro show, winning his 2nd pro show, the Europa, and then coming 3rd place in the 202 Mr. Olympia. We have also Flex that's going to be part of the Dragon's Den. In the women's section, stand up, we have Marzia Prince. If you see Marzia Prince, she's our spokesmodel for Gaspari Nutrition. You see her in the Novadex ads and a lot of the other ads that we have. She's Bikini Universe. She's also going to be competing in the NPC bikini competitions as well. Very motivational. This is a girl that busts her butt to get in shape and train, and she lives the lifestyle of fitness and nutrition. She's also going to be talking here about fitness and nutrition, and any women that's interested can be part of it. Gina Osterly. This here is an amazing woman. She's a mother of 3 kids, 41 years old. She's also a national competitor in fitness. She's an amazing woman. You know, when she said to me, "Do you know who I am?" While we were talking earlier, I go, "You're Gina Oster, you're Walt Osterley's wife, who's a photographer." But I knew who she was, but I was busting on her. She's in unbelievable shape, and like I said, a woman of 41 years old who's in great shape, who lives this lifestyle. She's also going to help out here and be part of the seminar for the women's health and fitness segment. That's everybody that we have here. For the Dragon's Den, what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be breaking it up into two parts. We have the men's part, which you're going to have myself, and we're going to have Mark, we're going to have Flex, and then we have Joe Vogie over here, which what we're going to do is we're going to do different body parts. We're also going to talk about supplementation. We're going to be breaking it up into groups, so we're all going to go into those segments together. The women's lifestyle and fitness, you're going to stay in here with Gina and Marcia. My head's a little bit, it's a little early. And that's what we're basically going to do. So I guess let's get started on this thing. Thank you.